as we continue with 2013 Zuma 50cc belt replacement and rear spring, this is exactly how it looks at 9,000 miles, which is good. Now, I have not pulled a variator. You can see there's a little tiny washer right there. You want to make sure that you put everything back exactly the way it is. This rear axle looks fine. Excuse me. This little bit of grease is from the clamshell rear pulley. Inside the pulley is hard axle grease, which I'll show you. This is my helper, my neighbor cat, Luna. That is an $800 Balinese Siamese, which they picked him up at a kennel. Something like that. Anyway, inside, this is your brake. This is your brake assembly right here. We have the brake, which is right here. Turn to the side. If you look in there, you can see the compressed spring. I'll try to get a good white background so you can see it. And then you can see the clamshell right here, which normally the belt right here, this belt will ride on the very top where my finger is. Now when you go into the second speed or high speed, this clamshell opens about, I don't know, 6 millimeters. And the belt right here, instead of riding on the very top, it rides on the very bottom, right next to the axle. And transversely, in the front, on the front mounted variator, when you start out, the belt rides right next to the axle. As the clamshell opens, the belt rides up to the very top, right up here. That is your low and high gear. Then we have our brake bell. You want to look at it, and all that little dust in there is asbestos dust. What I like to do is I like to clean all this out, get a little emery cloth, and I take the little glaze off the steel. Same with here. I take the glaze off of this. You want to check your asbestos pads, see if they're either in good condition or they're not. I haven't seen any that are that bad. But I will take a piece of sandpaper and wet sandpaper and do that. Now, we talked about this earlier, in order to get this off, in order to disassemble this, the Hawaiians can take one foot right here, and then take another foot on their heel, which it's impossible to me. These guys are just superhumanly strong. And they take this bolt, this nut off, which is this is what you want to buy. You want to get one of these, had it for years. This is a 39 millimeter, which fits this. And you want to get, and it comes with another size too. You can get them here and there, but they're really handy. And what you do is you put this on top like this, and you put this on a piece of wood on the ground down here. And then you take a little hammer and you tap the end right here. Tap, tap, tap until the bolt starts to come loose, nut starts to come loose. Now once it's loose, you don't want to take it all the way off. You just want to get it loose. It's all under extreme pressure from, say, this spring right here being compressed down to, an inch. So then what we do, and I'll show you how to do this, but we take, this is called a clutch cage right here. There are many you can find, or you can make your own. But you roll the clutch into here. Anyway, it'll go in there. But you roll it in, center it up. You tighten this to hold it all compressed, and then you take the nut off right here. You just twist it off. After you twist it off, you slowly back off on the holder, and this whole clutch will disassemble. It will widen and disassemble, and then the two pieces will be right there. You'll have this piece right here, and you'll have the brake. And of course you'll have the spring. And then we'll get into how to, just to clean it up and make it look better. That's all. But you want to look for, inside here, I don't know if you can see it that well. There is this red part right here, which is a bearing. Little teeny bearing, sealed bearing. That runs on the outside of the brake unit itself. Okay? On the other side is another bearing. This is a roller bearing. These are all put in, pressed in. They don't just pop out. You can get them out. But if you happen to see one of these where the bearings are shot and everything else, and your bike is running real rough, this may be the problem. Get yourself a good Japanese bearing to put in it. It's not that hard to fix. You can see this is they tell you when it was made, 2012, 10/9, October 9th, 2012. And the first time I've had it off the bike in 15 years, 14 years. We check all the nuts. Make sure this is for the, I don't know, I can't remember if that's the back or the front. But that's why you have the pictures from the video or your cameras, so you can make sure which one goes where. Then we're going to clean up everything with this right here, this green stuff, which is, it's really good. This is called Simple Green. You get it in gallons or quarts, whatever. This right here is just a sprayer with Simple Green, which has been diluted, whatever, however you want to do it. It's non-toxic, but it's got some kind of a whiz-bang technical something or other that breaks up the grease or oil binders and allows you to clean everything. Now you don't have to clean any of this. I like to keep it clean in case 6 months down the road I happen to hear a weird noise in my rear clutch or my rear brake, and I open this up and I notice that all of this that was beautifully clean has got oil in there. Right where the right here where the variator is, or the starter, or some other problem. And that can tell you a lot. It's kind of nice out here. I have a little house in the middle of nowhere, but this is as busy as it gets. 24/7, all month, all year, everything. Most people in this town hurt themselves. They fall off their bicycles and they die of boredom. But I just love this place. It's great. And then of course I have a rock star living right behind me. 20 years I've never seen him. He's supposed to be a really good guitarist. Really, really good. He's probably retired by now. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. Next thing I'll do is clean everything very, very carefully. And we'll look at it, and then we'll go through everything again. I know this is kind of long and boring, but you can always skip ahead or behind, and this is good for future knowledge, because you don't want to pay some kid, 16-year-old kid, $90 an hour at some shop. Pushak! This is our new cat. I mean, I think he's a rockstar cat. Oh! They kind of don't like each other. Pushak is, my wife named him. And we don't know where he came from or anything. But Pushak means fluffy, like fluffy cat in the Russian language. Pushak, Pushak. Ooh, cat fight. They really like each other though, I think. Anyway, we continue.